Okay, so how big is the Bittensor ecosystem right now, and what happens to it when Wall Street finally discovers it and the big money starts coming in?
So it's tiny right now, $3.5 billion total market cap. When Wall Street piles in, it's going to get massive. It's as simple as that. If you've ever wanted to front run the entire Wall Street VC world, Bittensor is the way. It's like owning a chunk of TCP/IP. Obviously, no one owns TCP/IP or a chunk of the World Wide Web, but now we get to own a chunk of real estate within the World Wide Web of AI. And Wall Street, they are aware of it. We have probably the biggest person in crypto, Barry Silbert, who owns DCG, Grayscale, Yuma. Like he's getting all in on Bittensor. Everything he did to help Bitcoin boom from 2012 onwards, he's literally taking the same playbook and doing it with Bittensor. We know that Chamath Palihapitiya, one of the All In podcast people, he's very aware of Bittensor. We have another co-host of the All In podcast, Jason Calacanis, setting up the second hedge fund. Obviously, we're the first Bittensor only hedge fund. But yeah, Jason is number 2 now. And he's also good friends with David Sachs, the AI and crypto czar of the US administration. So not only that, like we saw, it took 13 to 15 years for Bitcoin to give birth to these DATs, so digital asset treasuries, or Bitcoin or strategic Bitcoin reserve companies. It's taken Bittensor 3 years. So we've, off the top of my head, we've got just over 100 Bitcoin DATs. And off the top of my head right now, we have about 5 Bittensor DATs, and there's more in stealth mode at the moment.
But they're much earlier, aren't they?
Way earlier, yeah. But the thing is, you don't need hundreds of billions of dollars to flow into Bittensor. So with crypto, you have these inflow multipliers. So the Bank of America said that the inflow multiplier for Bitcoin in 2020 was 112. So for every $1 that entered Bitcoin, it pumped the market cap of Bitcoin up $112. With crypto in general, it is around sort of 100 to 200 multiplier. And so because Bittensor it's a 3 highway straddling thing. So obviously it's straddling the AI highway, which is why a lot of the hardcore AI researchers around the world are naturally gravitating towards it. It straddles the VC highway because you have all these independent AI startups that is a prime fruit for the picking, and then it's straddling the crypto sort of highway. So it's attracting all of the crypto sort of fast eyeballs and attention, and also fast money. So we only need another, say, $10 billion to flow into, even $5 billion to flow into Bittensor, and we'll see this being $100 billion market cap in no time at all.
And proper question here, because I've just thought of it. We talk about Bittensor being like an AI ecosystem, but it isn't really an AI ecosystem. Really, it's an incentive mechanism to get anyone to do anything. So we get asked fairly regularly, like, what are you guys going to do with this capital when AI isn't the next big thing and there's a next big thing? Isn't the next big thing going to be built on the world's best incentive mechanism?
Yeah, this is the evolution of capitalism, in my opinion. And incentives make the world go around. We've seen humans try and incentivize other humans for as long as we've been around. If you're a business owner, you are incentivizing someone to work for you. Like, hey, you're going to swap your 40 to 60 hours a week for me in my vessel, and I'm going to pay you for that. That's an incentive. So what tech does, as I've said, it boils everything down to the core constituent parts of whatever it is. And so Bittensor is an incentive framework, and it's programmatic. And so if you take one of the subnets out there which has done this beautifully is subnet 62, which is Ridge's AI, as you know. So you have Anthropic that has Claude Code, which is the world's best software engineer or coding assistant, let's say. And they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars building this lovely black box, and coders around the world use it to get better. Well, what Ridges have done is they've effectively spilled out its guts and went, right, well, we're going to incentivize all of the cleverest people around the world to basically take this magic black box that Anthropic has and let's just make our own. And so, miners, so people submit their best agent and then the code is given to everyone else, then people can build on top of that code. And in the space of months, we've gone from zero to a software coding assistant as good as, almost as good as Anthropic. And in probably a few weeks or a month's time, it'll be better than Anthropic's. So we've disintermediated Anthropic's magic black box with incentives. So that's an AI sort of example, but it could be anything. You could be any business under the planet, under the sun, and you could effectively reverse into Bittensor.
Yeah, because Bitcast isn't an AI business, is it?
No, not at all. There's many subnets which that have nothing to do with AI.
Nothing at all to do with AI. They're just using the incentive mechanism.
Exactly.